Hi, Susan Cow Miller, Hampshire EFT and Lifestyle Prescriptions Health Coach. I've just come back from a lovely 5-week holiday, literally about 24 hours ago, and we're right in the building up crisis of the coronavirus. So I'm doing a video. I'm going to be doing a series of little videos relating indirectly to the coronavirus, because anyone who thinks they're struggling with that needs to go and seek medical help without any other second thought. But I want to share some information and tips. I'm going to be reading my notes because I've been driven to do this and I haven't set it up perfectly. So this is me naturally talking about something that causes me concern, because I work with helping people with the why of their physical ailments, the why they respond so cruelly, dramatically, let's say to do with stress, tension, trauma, emotional upsets. So I'm a lifestyle prescription health coach, and I work with helping clients to release, clear, manage, look at, understand the root cause to their particular health symptom, be it physical or emotional. But I'm going to give you some little bit of information today, but I'll be more direct and precise in the days to come. So I turn over. I also work with EFT, the go-to tool for reducing stress and anxiety. I've been working with that for a very long time. But who is most at risk, I was looking at today, to do with the coronavirus? Those struggling with hypertension, diabetes, pre-existing heart conditions, cardiovascular trouble, respiratory, bronchial trouble, high blood pressure. And besides being elderly, those are the underlying key direct ailments which would appear to allow those suffering from it to be more vulnerable. But there's also the mindset which, if you think you're going to get this, chances are you just might be right. But if you've got the mindset that you're strong, you actively have got techniques and tools to use that you use to lower your anxiety when it kicks in, to lower your stress, to manage it at least, to sort your breathing out so that you can get on with the day, then you've got a better chance of not succumbing, let's say. I checked in at the very beginning saying, if you think you're struggling with coronavirus, the new desperate situation that the world's suffering with potentially, then you have to go and seek help. I'm working with helping people understand why in society I might be susceptible to something, but you might not be. You know, we don't all get the same stuff, or we'd be robots, is what I say. We only work with 5% of our brain, 5% conscious brain. So that tiny 5% thinks it can help us. But underneath it, the learned negative lessons, I'm talking from a very negative point of view, the negative learned lessons, the negative emotions, negative beliefs, the traumas that have been inflicted in the psyche and at a cellular level, and that hides away in the subconscious. But the conscious brain, only when it's trying to sort out what it thinks, why is this happening to me? We're only working with 5%, and it's all the learned lessons that hide that jump to the forefront. I help people rejig, reset brain thought patterns as well. Get out of the old crap, be released from that, release it at a cellular level. Hey presto, emotional and physical ailments can be reduced, cleared, improved. So, I want to share today how, let's say, my skills as a lifestyle prescription health coach can help you to help yourself. Because you're interested in this, you might be wanting to continue listening. You'll be asking the question, why am I struggling with a chronic condition? Well, a lot of the people I know and love don't ask me for my input because they might think I'm a bit woo-woo or a bit cuckoo. But we are our best source to help ourselves when we succumb to an ailment. Of course, we need to go to the doctor, and our doctor helps us manage our ailment, our emotional weakness, our depression, our physical symptoms, diabetes, health trouble, for example. And we take the medication, we need the operations, we need their skills. But why do we get it in the first place? Okay. So that's my area of expertise, helping people with why. But also, I help people reduce the anxiety. And EFT I use as a quick fix to manage your day, to lower the heightened anxiety that you may be feeling. But at a deeper level, again, we need a skilled practitioner in helping people figure out what's going on inside. If we could figure out some of the stuff that goes on inside our head, we will and would all be emotionally and physically stronger. I want to specifically talk just now about bronchial issues, because those with bronchial issues are seen as potentially a higher risk area. Now, when I work with a client, I begin by asking very particular questions, very specific questions. I know what to ask. So the health symptom bronchial problems relates to certain things. I know my training tells me this, but I don't really, or shouldn't really, I'm very open about what I do, but if I said to you that it might be related to territorial fear, your space is invaded, you can't cope, you can't breathe, you panic, or a death scare fright, you think, what drivel is she talking about? Or I haven't a clue what she's talking about, and how can I access that? So I don't bother saying this very often. I might do it afterwards and show them the relationship between what we've been discussing and clearing to what it says on my medical, my information and my learning to be a health coach, then I would say it after that, because the client's usually very interested. As soon as people know that they've got their own answers and there's things going on in their head that they can just address and work with, then they're fascinated by the whole process. However, that was a bit of waffling there. I know what questions to suggest I know what questions to give to my clients, to get the response I'm looking for, which we then work with together. So I ask the questions and they say, oh yes, I know that could relate to, or that relates to her, or as soon as she said that, it rang a bell. So then we're off and running. Very simply done. As I say, if you're not a plumber, you can't mend your burst pipe. I help people with what goes on in the subconscious, releasing energies, the negative beliefs. And hey presto, you're a better person, a healthier person for it. No real amount of you thinking on your own, without specialist guidance, is going to give the right answer. I would be prepared to stand up and say that. However, that's enough for this first video. My next videos are going to be a bit more specific. So as a lifestyle prescriptions health coaching tip or tips dealing with anxiety and fear. Before we go deeper into the physical ailment, is we can manage our breathing. The tiniest micro new habits that we can make allow greater things to happen. So managing your breathing in a panic situation is perfect. Breathing in and out. That's what we have to do. We have to breathe in and we have to breathe out. When we're panicked, we can't breathe. Also, tapping. I'm going to be adding a link to my tapping. It's 4 or 5 years old now, my Susan Cow Miller EFT tapping for fear and anxiety. Because a 10-minute tapping routine as a quick fix will help you get on with your day. The situation just now is desperate. People are going to be losing jobs or have lost jobs. Life is tricky, and some people can't cope with that. There are other experts who can help you to cope, but I can certainly help people who are open to the little skills and techniques and the explanations or the working one-to-one with me that I can give. So, breathing and my EFT tapping routine will help with fear, anxiety, and panic. I'm going to go into more detail how health coaches or people with or specialists with health based body mind connection ways of working can help an individual help themselves. You're going to find that you can't go running to the doctor. I made an appointment for the doctor tomorrow actually, and I've found out that they're only doing telephone consultations at the moment. Mine is to look at something specifically, so I don't know what will happen. But you cannot rely on the doctor. We've got to grow up, shake ourselves up, and take responsibility as best we can for certain aspects of ourselves, our lives, and our health. So, sermon over. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back with more information around health because of the coronavirus. That we've all got new learnings to take on board, and that involves, if it's to do with health, it involves working with people with specialist skills. Okay, thank you very much. Susan Cow Miller, Hampshire EFT.